Good morning and welcome to the Selby College Virtual Open Day event, which of course, under normal circumstances, we would have been doing in person for you. But with things being as things are at the moment, we are coming to you virtually today. Thank you so much for joining us. There's a massive program of events happening throughout the morning, all the way through to lunchtime as well. We start off with this, our live stream, to give you a real flavour of Selby College, everything it has to offer, a bit of an overview of some of the courses and the application process and everything you might need to know as well. So we are streaming to you if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you're with us on Insta this morning, wherever it is, you can be a part of this morning's event as well. Any questions that you have that you might have had if we were in person, you can add them into the comment section, or we can bring them in and we can ask those questions for you this morning. We really want you to feel a part of this event as you would be had we been able to shake hands over a cup of tea and say a proper hello as well. I should probably introduce myself actually. My name's Rich Williams. I'm a radio presenter for Virgin Radio, and if there are any Leeds United fans watching, also a presenter for Leeds United TV. And I'm really pleased to be here for Selby College to just host things this morning and speak to some of our fantastic guests who are coming up to give you a real flavour of what the college is all about. So, of course, all the details, you want to find out anything more, the website is the place to go. Selby.ac.uk will have everything that you need in terms of applications and courses. This is just to give you a flavour of what there is on offer. And of course, we are at Selby College on all the social channels is where you will find us. And if you miss any of this morning's events, you will be able to go back to the website or back to YouTube to watch any bits that you want to for a second time as well. Application details, of course, will be on the screen as you go through, and you can find them on the website, selby.ac.uk. In terms of what's coming up this morning, well, it's going to look a little bit like this. A couple of the areas that we're going to be covering off include art and design, hospitality and catering, digital technologies, hairdressing and beauty therapy, pathways provision, sport, adult learning, childcare and health studies, and apprenticeships as well, which of course are huge at the moment. Like I say, any questions that you have, please put them in the chat. And when this event ends this morning, there's going to be lots carrying on our social feeds as well. So keep an eye out for videos and one-to-one questions and chat facilities as well. Okay, that's pretty much the introduction. In a moment, we're going to be speaking to the principal of Selby College, Phil Sales, to give you a big welcome this morning. But before we do, we thought we can't be there in person, but at least hopefully we can give you a flavour of what Selby College looks like and what it feels like as well. So take a look at this. So there you go, find your future at Selby College. Let's give a very warm welcome to the principal of Selby College. Our first guest this morning, who is Phil Sales. Phil, good morning and welcome. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Rich.
Good. Firstly, I mean, it looks like a fantastic place, obviously, as everyone will have seen from that little introduction there as well. I guess a place that's been very different in the last 12 months, as everywhere has been. Phil, what's it been like for you, for the staff, for the students, for everyone at Selby College over the last 12 months? How have you managed to navigate it all?
I think overall we've done pretty well. I think the students and my colleagues have done a great job. We were all flipped into lockdown one and had to adjust to that. People did pretty well. We went through the centre assessed grades and got our students onto great destinations in universities or moving on within the college. We then came back into college this autumn, and we actually had a really good autumn. Students really loved being back in education. It was absolutely great to see that happening, working with the tutors, meeting their friends. So the autumn, challenging, undoubtedly, but positive in terms of what people had. And now, of course, we're back in lockdown 3. But again, I think we've got that much more experience. Everyone involved knows how to do this online learning thing for a bit, and we're all on it. And we're just looking forward to getting back to normal reality.
Yeah, of course, and because we're talking about applications for September 21, which no one knows how anything's going to pan out at the moment, but we would hope by that time we might be back to a sense of normality for you and everyone at the college, Phil. What we do know is going to be different this year is applications, because of exams and no exams and grading. So I'm sure one of the burning questions, you might be watching this right now thinking, wait a minute, how's the application process going to work? So probably worth just clearing that up to start with, Phil. How is that going to work for this year?
I think getting to college will be better than maybe some people are thinking about, really. If you are sitting GCSEs, you won't have traditional exams, but your school will not want to disadvantage you. You need to keep engaging with your classes. Your teachers will be working to get you those grades. From a Selby College perspective, the grades you are awarded by your school, we will treat as your GCSE grades. If there are any circumstances where people feel sort of that something has sort of disadvantaged them slightly, then come and talk to us. We're a small college. We know all our applicants individually. You will know your tutors. We will help you through that process. Our aim is to get you on a course that will really help you to set a great course for your future.
That's good to know. I guess, if you're watching and thinking, well, is there that contact you can have, because it's been quite an unsettling period, really. It's not something we've seen before, but essentially, Phil, the message is, you're there. Let's have a chat. Let's work out what we can do. Don't feel you can't come and ask that question.
Absolutely. Get your application in. That will put you into our system. Our applications team, who are really sort of kind and attentive, will get it back in touch with you. You will then have an interview and a discussion with your tutor. One of the massive strengths of Selby College is that it's just full of really human beings who really care about students. And they'll get to know you as an individual, you'll get to know them, and you'll be able to build that working relationship so you feel very positive and confident about your journey into college.
And away from the things that have been different this year, the things that are slightly different going forward, just the college as a whole. I know how proud you are of the college and everything you have to offer, and we're going to cover some of that this morning as well. But you must have also been proud of how the students and the staff have coped with the last 12 months. But what about the college as a whole? You've got a really great offering there, haven't you?
Absolutely. And when I was watching that video, which you showed at the top of the program, it actually brought a little tear to my eye, because obviously at the moment the college is closed, but that just showed the excitement and dynamism of what happens in Selby College in normal times. And I am increasingly confident, with vaccination happening, that the next year will be normal times. I think everyone will be delighted to be back, both students and staff. And what you'll find if you apply and join Selby College is that enthusiasm, that support, the ability to make friends. You'll love the campus, which is a fantastic space with great equipment. You will find it a really lovely place to be. And we will feel very settled, and we will help you plan your future so that you can get on, whether it's within the college, off to university, into an apprenticeship, or into a job. It will be great.
Fantastic, Phil. What we might do is, if you're okay, we might have a chat with you at the end, if that's all right as well. We want to get the most out of Phil this morning, if we can do so. Phil, thank you for now. That's absolutely brilliant. Really great to get that little overview there, and we'll speak to you shortly, Phil. Okay. There you go. That's Phil Sales, who is the principal of Selby College. and we'll have a little chat with him later on as well. Let's move to some of our course areas this morning. Like I say, you know, it says on the screen there, if you have got a question, fire away, ask it. If you're thinking it, someone else is probably thinking it as well. So we're more than happy to take any of your questions this morning. But let's move on to hospitality and catering. In a moment, we'll speak to the course leader, who is Adrian. But before we do that, take a look at this. So there you go. That's a little bit of what hospitality and catering looks like at Selby College. Perhaps this is the area that you're looking to pursue. Let's speak to the course leader, who is Adrian Dawes. Adrian, good morning to you. You all right?
Good morning, Rich.
How are you doing? Okay?
Yeah, great. Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Well, that gave us a bit of a, this is no pun intended at all, but a little bit of a flavour of hospitality down at Selby College. Just give a little bit of an overview, if you don't mind, Adrian, of the courses that are on offer, that are actually available for someone watching this morning.
Absolutely, yeah. As it said on the video at the opening title, what do you want to be? We can help you there with Selby College. The courses that we offer are a level 2 VRQ diploma in professional cookery, and we also undertake a college certificate in food and beverage service in the restaurant. So you'll get dual skilled when you come to the department at Selby College. Yeah,
and we saw there in the video in terms of the facilities and stuff, absolutely fantastic. Tell us a little bit about Selby College Restaurant. I know that's had a, like everywhere again, it's been a little bit different over the last few months, but you've got it down there and it's great.
Yeah, I mean, the restaurant and the kitchen is absolutely fantastic. The equipment that we have there for you is the best of the best. The restaurant is absolutely stunning. It's a fantastic place to eat. The bar area that we have is a wonderful place to work. So when you come to the department, all the facilities that we have for you are absolutely amazing. They really are amazing. In fact, 2 weeks before Christmas, we actually had delivery of 2 brand new combi ovens. So we unpacked them just before Christmas and they're waiting there for us when we return.
Okay, you got them literally waiting to go. Tell us about your takeaway service as well, Adrian.
Yeah, obviously we are the same as any restaurant in the UK, and we had to diversify and show different skill sets. So what we did, because obviously the restaurant wasn't open, we all got together with the students. So we all literally got round the table, input our ideas, and we came up with a takeaway service. And with that, we looked at different cultures around the world, different cookery techniques, and we did Indian style, we did Moroccan, and we did Thai takeaway. And they've all been really, really successful. In fact, when we did Thai, we did 60 takeaway meals. And it's been a wonderful experience for the students to be able to look at something and how can we move with that in a different direction. And it worked really well. In fact, it's worked that well that we'll probably keep the side of that going when we return to college. Yeah.
Excellent. One of the areas really in terms of industry that actually that hands-on practical experience is so important for people who want to progress into employment in it as well. You mentioned about the new ovens you've got in. What other kind of kits will students be able to get their hands on? You know, what kind of stuff have you got in there that's really at the top end? Because I know it's fantastic stuff.
It is, yeah. I mean, one of the current trends in industry at the moment is sous vide cookery, whereby you vacuum pack and then you cook at a low temperature to cook the proteins. We've been doing that for quite a while now. And then, as I said, with the brand new ovens that we got, we're going to be use different techniques as well. And our students also get the opportunity to look at designing their own mocktails and cocktails for the restaurant. In fact, our students, they actually design our evening function menus with us. So it's not just about the equipment, it's about your journey that you're going to have at Selby College. We will take you from very basic techniques up to Michelin star style recipes on an evening function.
A sous vide sounds more impressive than my trusty microwave, I have to say. Adrian, it's one of those things I want to mention about this because you've had some real success with some of your students as well. Whenever I hear sous vide, I think MasterChef straight away because I've always got that sous vide bath that the contestants are running off to dip in a piece of lightly smoked trout or whatever it might be. But you've had actual success with one of your students.
We have, in fact, we've had success with many of our students, but one student in particular, Curtis Orty, when he left college, his first job was working with Gordon Ramsay in London, and he was so successful working with Gordon. He went to work with Gordon in France, and he also applied to MasterChef, and he got a position on MasterChef. He did really, really well, and in fact he did so well that Monica Galetti, one of the judges, actually offered him a job, and he's been working with Monica Galetti in London. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you one final question then. From all the dishes that you serve up at the restaurant and all the takeaways, if you were serving one to Monica Galetti, what would be the speciality from Selby College?
Well, I think if Monica Galetti came to our restaurant, I think she'd be very impressed indeed. To pick one dish out will be almost impossible because our menu changes every day. So to pick one dish out would be impossible. We really have such a wide range of dishes, and as I said, that menu can change every day. So the experience that you will get when you come to Selby College is wide, and you'll be proud of the food that you produce because you'll get the opportunity to design it, to present it. You know, your presentation skills and that passion will just be amazing. It will take you forward into industry.
Okay, we're going to have to end this here, Adrian, because it's 18 minutes past 10 and I'm now thinking about lunch. So as a result of that, Adrian, thank you so much. Of course, all the details on the website, selby.ac.uk. Great to speak to you. Enjoy the rest of your day, Adrian. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Rich. Bye.
All right, take care. So there you go, Adrian from Hospitality and Catering, like we say, selby.ac.uk with all the details and all the courses and everything you need to know, more pictures, and you can take a proper look around there as well. Okay, let's have a bit of a think about art and design. Maybe this is an area that you're looking to go into. There's a brilliant art and design department at Selby College doing all sorts of fantastic things. Loads of details on the website, but we thought we'd give you a flavour of one aspect of it today. So take a look at this. This is art and design, but a particular slant on photography. So there you go. It says join us at the end. You are, of course, very, very welcome to do that as well. Let's move on to our next subject area, which is digital technologies. The program leader is Andy Brown. Andy's with us. So here we go. Hi, Andy. You all right?
Morning. Good. Thanks. How are you?
Good. Yeah, very good. Thank you. So digital technologies. I mean, if we look at the last 12 months, Andy, or whatever, I mean, look at us now. We're doing something that we would have been doing in person. We're doing it online. We're doing it virtually. Digital technologies feels like it's never been bigger. So what's on offer at Selby College? Maybe let's just start off with that, Andy.
So we offer a wide range of courses, all the way from level 1 to level 6. So you can do the very, very bare basics of learning how to use the Office package, all the way through to a full degree with us in partnership with Hull University. The level 2 and 3 courses that we offer have a wide range of things, such as you learn to do some networking, some web design, you get to a bit of games design, some digital graphics and creating models for games and other elements of things. We do a lot of cloud work as well, cloud technology work, which is what we're all using right now. Any of the Zoom meetings or any of the calls you've been doing with friends and family, that's the kind of thing we'll teach you how to look at, how we host those things, and the kind of thing that would help in the future to get a job.
Can you teach telling people who don't know how to mute at the right time to do that, Andy? That's family members. That's what we need most, I think, isn't it? And yeah. we're talking about a theme that will run throughout the morning, and you'll really get a sense of this. You'll really get a feel for this if you're thinking about coming to Selby College, which is facilities, equipment, and when you're talking digital technologies, it's got to be right up there. It's got to be the best of the best, isn't it, Andy? So talk us all through the kind of stuff you've got, because I know it's really fantastic.
Yeah, we've got some really fantastic classrooms, and 2 or 3 of our classrooms in particular have got the latest games machines in there. They're fully spec'd out, so we have a games club that runs on lunchtimes that you can go and use those facilities to play some of the best games. We can game design on them and program on them. Some of them have dual monitor setups, which you guys have probably got at home that you love to look at. You don't just want the one small monitor, you want the 2 big ones. We've got the latest virtual reality kit for you to have a play with, and hopefully down the line you might be able to program in as well. We've also just taken delivery of the brand new wireless headset as well. So we've got a wireless VR kit, which is quite new. So some of you might have seen them around about. They've got the big long cable for them. Ours doesn't anymore. It's all wireless. And one of our favourite things is we've got a hardware lab, which not a lot of colleges are lucky enough to have. So the hardware lab has about 300 computers in it, which you can take apart, put back together, network together. And as part of the units, we'll get you in there doing some hands-on skills and really learning how to take a PC apart and, put them back together.
I mean, we might as well. I mean, you win, Andy. We might as well end the stream here. VR headsets, gaming room for design as well, and robots. I don't think anyone's gonna beat that, Andy. But it really is, in terms of the industry and in terms of future prospects as well. Not just, you mentioned about the opportunity for higher education and the degree opportunities as well, but in terms of actual employment opportunities looking forward, this is an area. It's only going to get bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. There's everything currently is run off computers, and as we've just said earlier, you're probably in touch with all your family, friends, and family using Zoom, Teams, those kind of things. Your lessons currently are probably done on Teams or Google Classrooms or anything like that, and it's learned about how those pieces of software work behind it. And hopefully, one day we're able to teach you to create the next big thing, and we'll all be using your software one day.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And in terms of the course itself and the students, a good atmosphere down there, good kind of spirit on the course and everything as well.
Yeah. We've got quite a nice small classroom. So our classrooms range between about 14 and 17 people. So a lot smaller than what you're used to at school, where you're probably 30, 32. And the main advantage of that is you get a lot of tutor time. So when you're coding and it gets stuck, or you can't find the problem, we can come and sit with you one-to-one and really give you that time and help to understand where you've gone wrong and how you can get better at it.
Fantastic. And just out of interest, when all this kind of happened with working remotely and stuff, presumably yours was the first department that was up and running. No problem. We can handle all this.
Yeah. I think we went on lockdown on the Friday, and by Monday we were on full timetable on remote lessons because we'd just been tinkering with it and playing around with it. So it's brilliant.
Brilliant. What are all you guys waiting for? Come on, get on board. Andy, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Really good speech. And of course, on the website, there's loads of details, and you can have a little look around and all that kind of stuff. So lots to look at, lots to get involved in. Selby.ac.uk as well. Andy, thanks, mate. Good to speak to you.
Thanks very much. You as well.
All right, keep well, mate. There you go. And he's ahead of the curve, is Andy. He knows exactly what's going on. No worries whatsoever. Let's move on to our next area. Another one that's a hugely popular, really big area, and one of those areas where you're going to want to get hands-on experience as well. It's hairdressing and beauty therapy. Have a look. Yeah, that's what it's all about, finding your future, as it said there on the screen. And maybe your future is in this area as well. Hairdressing and beauty therapy. The course leader is Ali Dallimore, and Ali's with us.
Morning, Rich.
How are you doing? Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Oh, it's great, that video. It really kind of gives a flavour, you know, a sense of everything going on there, and all the kit you got down there and the working environments. But just first, like everyone has done, just give us a sense of the courses that are available and what you can actually sign up to do with Selby College.
Okay, firstly, hairdressing and beauty therapy are two separate qualifications. So if you chose the route to be a hairdresser, we offer a level 2 qualification leading to a level 3. So you'd study a level 2 for 2 years and then you could progress on to level 3. We also offer part-time barbering course in the hairdressing department. Beauty therapy, it's level 2 for 1 year, and then we offer spa therapy in the second year. We're one of the 3 colleges in the whole of the UK that offer spa therapy. So we're very lucky and very privileged to be able to offer that course pathway. And we do offer a level 4 and level 5 presently, and this is something we're looking to change to a different route in the future, but there will be that progression of courses.
Yeah, anyone with hairdressing qualifications at the moment are like the most popular. Everyone's just thinking, I wish I had a family member who had a hairdressing qualification at the moment, but not. We're all having to just wait patiently, I guess, which has been difficult for everyone. Talk us about the facilities, the salon you've got there. You know, if you're going to start studying in this area, you want to be doing it, like we said, with the other course areas as well, in facilities that kind of replicate working environments. And you've got that down there, don't you?
Oh, we are so lucky. We've got the best salons. We've got everything you want, everything you need there. The hairdressing salon is huge. We've got vibrating massage chairs while you're having your hair washed. We've got all the equipment you need. I think there's seating for 25 people to be in there at the one time. So it's very busy, bustly sort of environment. In the beauty therapy, we've got 3 beauty spas. We've got massage room. We've got a nail technology room, but we've also got a beautiful spa with sauna, steam room, jacuzzi, monsoon shower. It's absolutely fantastic, state of the art.
Are you talking about Selby College or like a high-end hotel?
Yeah.
It sounds amazing.
It's hidden away.
What's a monsoon shower? Is that what you said? Monsoon shower? A
monsoon shower. So you can either go under it for like a 5-second freezing cold stimulating shower, or like a 10-second really warm, cool, you know, like making you feel nice and relaxed shower. And you go that in between the other treatments of the other areas. And we have a floatation bed as well, which is like laying on the Dead Sea.
Love it. If you haven't got one of those ones where you walk in and like it does like rainforest effects, that would be surely
it's
not
similar to that.
Like
it's similar to that. Yeah.
Love that. That's great. In terms of student successes that you've had, and also, you know, you might be watching this right now thinking, yeah, I want to go into this area. Where does this lead me? What can I go and progress to do? What kind of success has the college seen, Ali?
I would say every year, just about every one of our students goes into beauty therapy or hairdressing employment, which is fabulous because that's what we're all about. In beauty therapy, we've had students that have gone up on to work on the cruise ships. We've got students in some of the top spas in the college, like Ragdale Hall, and in the big hotels. We've got students that work very much for themselves. We've got a lot of big businesses. Selby and Goole is full of hair and beauty salons owned by our past students. In the hairdressing, we've got a lot of them that have opened up big, good businesses or worked for top class hairdressers. And also a lot of our students have actually gone in the future into teaching because they've enjoyed it that much themselves that they've actually progressed and done teaching qualifications. So we do have a progression route for you to go through to university if that would be your chosen pathway.
And in terms of, there's been remote learning, I guess, going on as well. I'm not sure what your plans are going forward, but it's kind of one of those things, isn't it? Hair and beauty, hairdressing and beauty therapy. That's actually quite an intimate thing. You're close to people, aren't you? So how have you sort of reflected the change in that over the last few months? Is it new techniques? Is it the industry must look quite different to how it did this time last year?
I mean, it's always a very safe industry anyway. So we do work, extremely in a sterile environment. So we've been used to working in that way. But yeah, we're very hands-on, and just not been able to do that, not been able to like massage people, do facials. It's been hard for the students, but they've all been fantastically interactive on Google Classrooms. We've set up all different ideas. We've made videos for them to watch. They've taken the kits home and produced their own little mood boards, or they've been sending us photographs of makeups they've done, or eyebrows. In fact, they've actually got more into it, and they can't wait to get back so we can really get into the practical element of the qualification.
Fantastic. Ali, thank you for joining us. Let us know a little bit about hairdressing and beauty therapy. Good to speak to you this morning. And of course, all the details at selby.ac.uk. If you want to know any more, if you've got any questions, you can pop them our way. We have got lots more coming up throughout the morning as well on Facebook and our Instagram. Just keep looking on the social channels throughout the morning, and there is plenty more coming your way as well. Let's move to pathways provision for entry level and level 1, which is something we want to let you know about this morning as well. The curriculum manager is Carla Cantrell. Carla's here with us, who's going to talk about this, Carla, and then we're going to move on as well, because there's some other areas that you cover, sport and public services and some activities and childcare and health studies. But should we just start first by saying good morning? You okay?
Hi, Rich. Yes, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. So just explain, not everyone necessarily will know what this entails, but pathways provisions, and we're talking about entry level and level 1 here, aren't we?
Yes, we are. So we offer courses for entry and level 1 students. We run a qualification called Entry to Vocational Studies. So you'll learn things ranging from healthy lifestyles to being organised and working as part of a team. The aim of Pathways really is to develop your skills in order to enable you to progress to further study or maybe onto an apprenticeship. So we ideally want to upskill you so that you can go on to level 2 study at Selby College or elsewhere. As part of that as well, you'll also take part in a wide range of activities, including mini projects and challenges, and we like to make the learning as interactive as we can to make sure that you're engaged at all times. And you'll also work as part of small groups within Pathways, because we found that really effective to enable you to get more support from your tutors.
Yeah, and you mentioned support. There's plenty of additional learning support, isn't there? That's one of the important things here for entry level students. So how does that look for a potential entry level student?
Yeah, so as part of the application process, any additional needs or learning support will be identified, and we will liaise very closely with yourself, with your parents, with your carers to do assessments, to provide you with the most bespoke support for you that will enhance your learning, whether that be needing one-to-one support in classroom or that additional support alongside your timetable. But ultimately, you're at the heart of that, and we will work alongside your parents and carers to provide the best that we can.
Yeah, because that's I guess the crucial thing here, isn't it? It's not a one size fits all. It's an individual needs for individual people, and that's the key of what you're trying to achieve here.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's different. Everyone learns differently, so we have to facilitate what we do to help you to be the best person that you can be to progress.
Fantastic. Let's talk a bit about a couple of other areas that you cover as well. For sport and public services, lots going on there. Areas that will be of real interest to some people who are watching this morning. So talk us through start with sport, for example.
Yeah, so sport has a pathway that runs all the way from level 2 to level 6. It has a really well-established higher education programme. So we run a full BSc Honours degree in sport coaching and exercise science. We run sport and exercise science at level 3, and we've got a great track record of students progressing onto our higher education study. Alongside that, we've got an abundance of activities that students can take part in. So we have sport teams, football, netball, rugby. We have a link with Hull FC for rugby league. We also enhance students in terms of their qualifications as much as possible. We give them extra opportunities to do things such as sports leaders or gym instructor. We also sometimes offer sports massage. So we try and enhance the programme as much as we possibly can to make our students employable.
Fantastic. We'll take a look at sport in just a moment, but before we do that, public services, because this is another huge area as well, and another area where you do lots of activities as well.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some really strong links with the police, with the army, the prison service, fire service, COVID permitting. Like, we would normally be out nearly every single week taking students on trips and visits and having guest speakers into college, because for us that enhances the programme, and probably even more so than the qualification, because we're kind of then allowing students to apply what they're learning to what they're actually seeing from people that are working in that area, so they can learn and progress into it. We have a lot of students that progress on to join the police force as well.
What kind of things do you have them going out and doing then?
So we've been over to West Yorkshire Police. We've done riot training over there, which has been a real hit. We did some. There was an activity that was like a counter-terrorism unit at Edinburgh Power Station last year as well, as a result of the Manchester bombing. So our students got invited to go and take part in that, which was a phenomenal experience for them. We've been to Crown Court, we've been to the fire station, and students have been cut out of vehicles. So the list is endless, really, but we can provide some fantastic opportunities for students.
Fantastic. Are you okay to hang about for a little bit longer? Because I do want to speak to you about childcare and health studies. Because I know you've got a lot. Carla's got a lot to cover off this morning. Before we do that, and we'll come on to childcare and health studies in a moment. We did mention sport. There's lots of sport going on at Selby College, so well worth taking a look at this. Okay, Carla, thanks for hanging about. I hope you're getting a double pay for this morning, because you're in for a second whack it. Carla, there was one other thing that we want to just talk about, which is childcare and health studies. Huge area at the moment. So what's on offer?
Yeah, so like you say, like the health sector at the moment is obviously doing a fantastic job in terms of the NHS because of the global pandemic. In terms of what we offer at Selby College, we run level 2 and level 3 courses in health and social care that will enable students to develop their skills and understanding of the health sector. As part of that programme, there's a real life work placement where students have the opportunity to go and work in industry. Obviously at the minute that's restricted due to COVID, but that's obviously a national impact. But one good thing that's kind of come out of that is we've got some of our health students currently doing a virtual work placement with the York Teaching Hospital. So they're actually going to be going online live once a week for a number of weeks within multidisciplinary teams at the hospital. So they're actually seeing hands-on how those different departments in the hospital work, which is a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, and I guess if the last year has really taught us anything, that if there's an industry you want to go into to really potentially be able to make an impact, this is the one, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned with everything in the last 12 months, how reliant as a nation we've been on people working in these sectors. It couldn't be more important now more than ever, really.
Yeah, exactly. We expect that it will grow, and our health and social care courses have grown over the last few years, which is really great to see. So you'll be coming into a thriving department that's growing and ever improving. So it is an exciting place to be. Okay,
Carla, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging about as well. You've earned a cup of tea now, so you're welcome to leave us in peace. Carla, thanks so much. Great to speak to you. There you go. That's Carla giving you a little bit of insight there. The curriculum manager down there at Selby College. Okay, we've got a couple of areas to still cover off this morning. Remember, any questions or comments you're welcome to throw in our way. We'll have Phil back at the end, so if you've got anything you want to ask him, the principal, then we can do that at the end as well. Let's move on to adult learning, another big area. We're going to speak to Paul in just a moment, who oversees adult learning. But before we do, let's take a look at adult learning at Selby College. So adult learning at Selby College could be the thing that you're here to look and find out about this morning. Let's speak to Paul Cliff, who oversees the adult learning. There we go. How you doing, Paul? You okay? Oh, we've got you on mute at the moment, Paul. Have we got you? Oh, wait a minute. He's back. He went off. He came off mute then for a moment. Let's see if we can get Paul back in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, to have a little chat with us about adult learning. Fingers crossed anyway. There you go. I told you it was live. We'll see if we can get Paul in. Paul's offline. Right, we'll try and get Paul back in a second. There we go. You there, Paul?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Did you do that on purpose? Just to?
No, I didn't. It all froze and it panicked me. But I'm all right. I'm here.
I've got a feeling this was done just to keep me on my toes. Paul, we just saw there about adult learning, and at the end there you saw the word upskill, which is kind of crucial here. So tell us a little bit about adult learning and the adult learning hub that you've got at Selby College.
Yeah, adult learning obviously is changing massively as a result of the way the whole world's changed. The Adult Learning Hub offers a really flexible approach to adult learning, so it offers that combination of face-to-face learning when that's available, but also combined with sort of supportive distance coaching, what we call blended learning. So opportunity to learn at your own pace, but supported by those sort of face-to-face sessions when you need them. So the Adult Learning Hub is a entirely adult space, opportunity for an adult to come in. As an adult, you might not feel particularly confident about entering into a college environment. Well, the Adult Learning Hub offers that opportunity to come into a space that's safe, that you're not concerned about the confidence levels around the use of computers or that sort of support. So you've got that one-to-one support in there should you need it as well.
It feels like this has been a year where a lot of people have asked a lot of questions about maybe what they're currently doing, what they want to do, where they see themselves in the future. Have you noticed there's been a real sort of increase in people thinking, yeah, I want to do something different. I want to try something new. I want to see if I can get something qualification-wise that might lead me in a different direction now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we offer a program called the Opportunity Escalator, which gives the opportunity for people to think, okay, where am I now? Where do I need to get to? My situation's changed. What does that skill set mean? I've spent some time away from the workforce, maybe furloughed or not fully engaged with my workplace, and found, I want to do something a little bit different. So there's that opportunity as well. But also, we've also found people coming to us for support with things like English and maths that they may not have felt comfortable with at school, which might have been some time ago. And suddenly they're parachuted into this position of needing to support their own children through remote learning. So they're picking up their English and maths skills or their IT skills to enable that to happen as well.
I love the sound of the Opportunity Escalator. That sounds like why wouldn't you want to hop on the Opportunity Escalator? That sounds absolutely great. Love that. And let's just talk a little bit about distance learning as well. You mentioned about the hub in person. There's distance learning as well. Again, we're all actually, some of us are quite happy doing stuff in this kind of format, in this sort of environment, doing things at a distance, learning away from a physical environment as well, maybe in your gym jams. So Paul, what's on offer? What is there, and how have you adapted?
I mean, distance learning, we've offered a successful program of distance learning for many years, but it's becoming increasingly popular. Particularly, people have got busy lifestyles, but as I've said, finding themselves with time away from the workforce, possibly being furloughed, as an example, but an opportunity to try to learn without needing to be tied to a particular timetable. So often some adults would say, I'd love to do a bit of learning, but I've got the kids to look after, or I've got to go to work, and I just come home and I can't think about going back out of the house again. Whereas what distance learning offers is the opportunity to learn through structured workbooks, what we call flip books, that offer that opportunity to get some learned content, watch some video, have some engaging conversation, but work direct with an individual from the college as well, to support you through a range of qualifications in areas such as business administration, customer service, health and social care, and some sort of personal interest areas such as health and well-being and nutrition and those sorts of elements as well.
Fantastic. Now, Paul, I want to speak to you as well, if that's all right, about apprenticeships, because I know that you're all over that. if I play an apprenticeships video, you're not going to disappear on me.
I'm not going to stay just where I am. Yeah.
You're gonna promise me. I don't want you falling off the opportunity escalator and disappearing through. All right, we're going to speak to Paul, who knows all about apprenticeships. But before we do, have a look at this.
So apprentices are adaptable minds, and I think the great thing about them is you can bring them on to be whatever you want them to be. It's just about bringing in someone that we can work with and someone that's just committed and dedicated, and fresh ideas always help any company, no matter how long you've been going.
We like to appoint apprenticeships to our company, York Care Homes. This brings in staff who learn doing the job and get a qualification at the end of it. It's also really important, especially in health and social care, that we get people doing apprenticeships so they can experience the role alongside earning the qualification.
I decided on apprenticeships because I felt like it would open more doors for me. With the training that I get on the job, I'm actually getting experience whilst I go.
So the main benefits of the apprenticeship has been that it enables you to develop so many skills that you probably wouldn't in a classroom or at university. It gives you a step into the world of work.
There's things that you think that you already know, and you learn so much more from the apprenticeship.
I chose to do an apprenticeship because I think it's a really good opportunity to learn and at the same time earn some money.
To mould somebody to your systems and approaches and what you want from that person really does make a big difference to caring for these residents.
A lot of companies nowadays look for experience as opposed to qualifications, and that's what apprenticeships enable you to gain.
They offer such a unique outlook on the way they work. From my standpoint, I don't see any discouraging factor from taking any apprentice on.
So there you go. Apprenticeships, absolutely huge, Paul, aren't they? And the one bit that really stuck out for me was someone said it's that step into the working environment, isn't it? And a chance to earn as well, I guess, Paul.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a lot of positive publicity around apprenticeships at the moment, and there's never been a greater range of apprenticeships than there are now. Apprenticeships are available in almost every industry, available from those stepping stone levels at level 2, sort of GCSE equivalent, but right up to and above degree level as well. So there are fantastic opportunities through an apprenticeship to learn while you're in the workplace, earn at the same time, develop a range of qualifications and skills that make you particularly transferable to a range of industries. But they're also available for those people who are currently working. That, you know, there's the opportunity to turn your job role into an apprenticeship and support that with training that's fully funded to enable you to progress while you're there and enable the workplace to become adapted to the needs of the future as well.
So I guess the key thing here really is don't necessarily think it wouldn't be for you or it's not right for you at the moment, because actually there are different ways of doing them and they can be molded in different sort of ways. Oh
yeah, absolutely. And at the college we offer a number of different models for apprenticeships, and it depends very much on the needs of an employer. So obviously it's an employer relationship, you know, you're in work, the direct relationship is with that employer. And for some that may be coming to college 1 day a week on a day release model. For others you might come for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, but in others the apprenticeship is entirely in the workplace, and we send a member of staff out to that workplace to support you in that learning while you're working.
Fantastic, Paul. Thank you for joining us.
Problem.
Eventually, and yes. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. Take care. Okay. Speak soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you soon. There you go. That's Paul. Just to give you a bit of an idea about adult learning and apprenticeships and everything that's on offer. That covers most of the subject areas for us this morning. We're going to speak to Phil in just a moment again, but worth saying that the event goes on throughout the morning after this live part of the event. There's still lots going on the social channels. At Selby College is the place to go. Things, for example, like a Q&A with science students and biology tutor Kirsty Butterworth. We haven't really gone into the science side of things yet. There's a Q&A with health and social care program leader Kelly. Construction, another massive area. And if you haven't had a look at the website, go and have a look at some videos, really give you a sense of, a bit like with the health and the hairdressing and the beauty and the restaurant and the hospitality and catering, there is really amazing facilities, well worth taking a look at. So construction, business courses as well. There's some details on that coming up. We've got virtual tours for you, an engineering video, again, massive area, and social sciences. So those are some of the areas we'll be covering off as well throughout the morning. Before we close off this part of the event, and thank you so much for joining us, a reminder of a couple of things. If there's anything you missed or you want to look back on, it will be at the website and also on our YouTube page. So just go and have a look, and you can flick through whichever part of the event you do, or you know someone who might be looking at applications for September 21, send it their way, get them to have a look as well, and you can see all the details. Let's just have another word with Phil. Bring Phil back in, of course, the principal of Selby College. The principal, Phil, I mean, just for yourself personally, listening to, you know, everyone who's been on this morning and what you have to offer must fill you with a lot of pride.
Oh, it does. It actually makes your heart swell with pride, and it's fantastic to hear my colleagues talk about the things they do for students. And for those listening into the broadcast, it must be great actually for you to hear how sort of passionate, attentive, professional those tutors are. And those colleagues are typical of all the people who work at Selby College. Everyone has a student-first perspective, puts a massive amount of effort into it to make sure that learning is really effective, it's exciting, and it's fun. And that the students, that you who are listening, can on the next stage in life, be that university, an apprenticeship, or progressing within Selby College as you develop your skills. Everyone is so focused on you and making that happen. And that's why I think we are an absolutely fantastic college to apply to.
Yeah, because it's so difficult, isn't it, with this year, that actually not being able to step foot through the college, you won't have been able to get that immediate sense. But that is what it's all about. You know, we've heard from whether it's the educational side, which of course is so important, but the community side of it, the activities, the environment as well, the facilities. It's kind of it's a rounded package, isn't it? It's not just about one thing. It's about bringing all those things together. And hopefully, Phil, and I'm sure your colleagues have done a great job of just being able to give a sense of that, that we're not able to do by getting actually people through the door, shaking a hand, having a cup of tea and saying a proper hello.
That rounded package you talked about, education, but the social, the community support, absolutely key thing about Selby College. And although people this morning have had a great insight actually and be able to see things, we can't wait until hopefully as things move on with the pandemic, we move into the summer, more of the population are vaccinated, we do get the get-go so that we can invite you into Selby College to come and have a look round. And I guarantee that will reinforce and sort of validate everything you've heard this morning. You'll get there and you'll think, yep, it is absolutely like that, with the enthusiasm, the facilities and the feel of the place. And I hope that therefore you'll apply and come to Selby College in the autumn, whatever course you want to come on.
I just want to touch very quickly before you go, Phil, on one thing that we did right at the start, but it's worth revisiting because some people might have joined the event a little bit later, and just touching on very quickly again how it's going to work this year in terms of actual practicalities. We're not having any exams, it's different this year, and how applications will be. If you just remind everyone of that, and for anyone who missed it to start with, because that's probably one of the most important things.
It is a really important thing. So if you're taking your GCSEs, your school teachers will be assessing you. They will not want to disadvantage you. Keep engaging with them, keep working. Put in an application to Selby College. We will set up an interview with one of our staff so that you can get to know them, they can get to know you. It will feel very personal, you will feel very understood and welcomed. As soon as we can get you in, we will get you into college. When you get your results, we will accept the grades, absolutely, that you get those are your official GCSE grades. If anyone has got any concerns about those, or you feel through that process that something has gone slightly wrong on one subject, we will work with you. We will not let that inhibit what you can do at Selby College. So I would absolutely suggest, if you haven't got an application in, get an application in. Let us start talking with you and helping you find your future path into the college.
Fantastic. Phil, thank you so much. And by the way, when those doors are back open, make sure you got the kettle on, because there's going to be, you've promised everyone a cup of tea when I come through, so you'll be you'll have a busy morning. Phil, thanks so much, great to speak to you. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. So there you go, that's pretty much finishes up our first part of the event this morning, which we hope has given you a sense of what Selby College is all about. Selby.ac.uk is the website, has everything you've heard this morning. All those details are on there as well, especially the applications, which of course is the most important thing to get in if you want to be heading down to Selby College for September 2021. Enjoy the rest of the morning. A reminder, lots of stuff coming up, Q&As, one-to-ones, videos, virtual tours, and lots more on our social channels. At Selby College is the place where you will find them all, and of course to keep up to date with anything that is going on at Selby College. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.